The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV. Welcome to the Best of Nevada Business.
Small business,
big business,
And
family-owned business.
it's all right here on the Best of Nevada Business. Hi, and welcome to the Best of Nevada Business. I'm your host, Beth Toy. Nevada, the silver state with golden opportunities. I can't wait to interview my guest today. Her name is Cindy Belmonte, and wait till you hear what she's involved with. Cindy, how you doing?
Terrific. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so excited to have you on our show. Cindy works with allergy care centers. Now, you might think allergies, what's the big deal? It is a big deal. Everybody out there that's watching this show, either you have an allergy or you know someone that has an allergy. And wait till you hear the new exciting thing that has come about to help everybody. Cindy, tell us first, what is the difference between what you do as an allergy center and what is the norm when you go get the scratch test?
That's a great question, because that is what the norm's been for 3 decades.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the scratch test. And if you don't know what the scratch test is, it's where an allergist puts 40 to 50 pinpricks of allergies directly into your skin, on your back, on your arms. It's painful.
It is.
You sit there and you wait for a reaction. And it's completely subjective as far as the allergist is looking and seeing, are you getting a reaction to that?
Well, now, what if you do get a reaction? I mean, listen, I have allergies. I've had allergies since I was a kid. I did not go through that because I didn't realize it at 7 years old, but my parents didn't want me to go through that. So we just dealt with it, Benadryl, some kind of children's allergy medicine. And I've suffered with allergies my whole life. So if you do have a reaction, it can be very severe, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And also with that, just so you know, that test is 30% false positives, which means
Really?
70% is accurate. Now, when you went to school, if you took a test and got 70% on your paper, yes, you really were not passing.
No, that
so
wasn't
that's
good.
what they've got, that they've been doing for years. And there is no report. There is no measurable results. You don't know how allergic you are. And you're only going to find out if you've got 40 or 50 allergies. And some of those are foods.
Now, let me ask. Some people are very allergic to bee stings, for example.
Correct.
So if you are allergic to bee stings and you don't know it, and you get a scratch test to see if you're allergic to bee sting, can that reaction be very severe?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So they have to always be prepared to give you something to counteract.
That's right.
See, that's dangerous to me. I mean, that really is.
Exactly
So
dangerous.
I can't wait for you guys to hear this. Tell our viewers what you do that makes you miles ahead of everything they've done forever.
Okay, let's back up just a second, because not only with the scratch test are they're putting the allergens right into your skin, and if they're foods, they have a secondary test for you. It's called a food challenge. And the real tragedy of a food challenge is if you're really highly allergic to something and now you're actually giving them the food to see just for sure that they're really allergic to it. Last year in Birmingham, Alabama, a 3-year-old, they suspected the child had a dairy allergy. So they went to Children's Hospital, the best of conditions, to do the food challenge.
Okay.
Well, this child was so highly allergic to dairy that the child died.
Oh my God.
3-year-old.
Can you imagine?
Died because they did this antiquated test.
I can't even tell you how horrible it is. I have a great niece that when she was very small was highly allergic to dairy. And my aunt, who's passed on now, we discovered she was extremely, extremely allergic to latex. So I know when you get allergic reaction, and there's sometimes I'll eat a food and I have weird allergies. People don't believe me, but I can be allergic to something one time and not another, and it could be the ground it's grown in, the pesticides.
That's
okay,
a good possibility.
So I have eaten things, and all of a sudden my throat's closing up. I carry Benadryl in my purse at all times.
Right. So this is the 21st century.
Right.
We feel that those antiquated scratch tests, the horrible food challenge, should be non-existent, and we have a solution for that.
Isn't that nice? We have a solution. Wait till you hear this.
So the solution is a single finger prick blood test.
Really?
Now, all we do, if anybody's ever given blood before, they always prick your finger because they have to test to make sure you have enough iron to give blood.
Okay.
Well, that's about as invasive
Well, how
as it is.
simple is that?
Very simple. So then they're going to take your finger, you're going to drop 5 drops of blood on a specialized card.
Okay.
That card gets sent to the lab. Now here's, which is history making.
Okay.
So before, remember I said the allergist is putting the allergens into your skin and subjectively evaluating whether you're allergic or not. We're going to have a report that comes out that has 180 different allergens.
So you never again have to subject any child, any adult to be injected with what they're already allergic to.
Exactly.
No, seriously,
Single
can you
finger
guys
prick.
believe this?
So
this is
right.
monumental. This
so
is
those
unbelievable.
180, 67 of them are foods. Now, foods are just for your knowledge. Right now, there is no treatment for foods, none whatsoever. But how important is it, especially for a child, but also, of course, for an adult, to know what foods you're allergic to? Not only are you allergic to them, but how allergic you are.
Exactly.
We have a scale. Yes, we have a scale from 0 to 10. So the 0s to 1s are in the greens, it goes into the yellows, to the oranges, to highly allergic, your reds. And I've even had a doctor ask me, well, what happens if they're highly allergic? Well, I'll go into that in just a second of why that is so important.
Okay.
But we are going to go through each individual trees, grass, weeds, animals.
Oh my
Those are
God.
environmentals that are treatable. The 67 foods and the 9 non-inhalants. What you just said, latex, that's very important.
Right.
Penicillin, how important is it
Oh
for
my
a parent
God.
to know their child is allergic to penicillin before they are ever prescribed an antibiotic that is a penicillin family? They don't have to do that. Then you've got your bees, your wasps, your insects.
You know what? This is absolutely amazing because I don't even know the right words to say, but you need to know before you ingest it, before it's given to you in medicine, and you've never been able to do that before, ever. Never.
That's true. And so our measurable results, you now have those measurable results. You come back, you meet with the provider to go over those results. And they'll let you know the ones that you're allergic to that we cannot treat. But those ones we can treat, here is what's history making.
Okay.
Here is the treatment. Okay, let me give you what the other treatments are first, okay? Well, of course, there's the over-the-counter medications. There's the Claritins, the Zyrtex, Allegra, Flonase. They're actually, if you figure out how expensive it is to take those to mask the symptoms, you don't know what you're, with the scratch test, you know some of what you're allergic to, but if you haven't been to an allergist, you actually do not know what you're allergic to. You know what your symptoms are, and you're masking them. That's all you're doing. For a child, you're putting chemicals in the child's body. You know what? We're subjected to so many chemicals and pesticides as it is, and now you're going to add to it? Okay, that's treatment number 1. Treatment number 2 is what they do in Europe. It's called the sublingual drops. All right, so you have to put it under your tongue and hold it there for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is a very long time.
Especially for a child.
Exactly. And it tastes like what you're allergic to. Think about bitter ragweed. Think about dog, like wet dog. I don't know what that would taste like, but I wouldn't want to put it under my tongue, let alone for 2 minutes. Third option, shots. Okay, so that's what what the allergists are currently doing. Now the thing with shots, you cannot start at full strength. They have to titrate up.
Really?
You have to start at a lower level, and it takes 6 to 9 months before you are at maintenance level, full strength level. So the problem with that is, 6 to 9 months, they're not feeling any better. They're going weekly to get the shots. It's painful. You're taking time off school or work. And just all the inconvenience of doing that. And you're not feeling better. They quit.
Okay. So now,
here comes our option. So the sublingual drops, the shot, and our treatment all contain the same FDA-approved allergens.
Okay.
So similar to a vaccine, and I am stating this is not a vaccine. Okay, I'm just
not a vaccine.
Similar to when you have a vaccine, you might have to have a set of shots before you're immune to whatever it is you're getting the vaccine for.
Okay.
Okay, so there is a time period that you have to be using the allergens to be put into your body to make your body immune to it.
This is normal now, what happens. This is not...
Right. So we're going to take those same allergens based on your measurable test results.
Okay.
And we are going to put them into an omit-based toothpaste.
Get out of here. A toothpaste?
A toothpaste. It is not a tube of toothpaste. I should have brought a pump to show you. It's a prescription pump. 2 pumps a day for 2 minutes a day. Now you can break it up because 2 minutes, again, we're talking about the sublingual drops.
Right.
2 minutes is a very long time to try to brush your teeth.
Okay, so you can put a pump on your brush and brush your teeth, and it cleans your teeth like toothpaste.
Yes. So you have a
and
choice.
do that for a minute twice a day.
Twice a day.
Instead of all this other baloney that we've been doing for years.
And we already do that. It's something we already do.
This is cool.
The other unique part of this is, okay, if you're allergic to, you're highly allergic. You're allergic to 10 different things.
Okay.
They're going to put all 10 things into one shot.
Wait a minute. So you mean when they create this toothpaste, they create it different for every person?
Oh, it's customized. It's a prescription customized
I didn't know that.
For the patient.
It's custom built, let's say.
Yes.
Custom compounded would be the word.
Based on the test
for
results.
Every person based on your test.
Right.
That is amazing.
But what I want to clarify is when you're getting allergy shots, they are mixing all those allergens together. So who's to say that they are really absorbing into your body separately and individually 10 different
and so
allergens.
When you take, you know what, I never thought of this before. So when you take an allergy pill, it's just covering a wide spectrum of what your allergy might be.
Yeah, or the symptom. It's attacking the symptom.
But it's not targeting.
It's not getting rid of anything.
No, but it's not targeting your specific problem. And
no,
this
because you usually don't know what the specific problem is.
This is really something.
Yeah. So when we put those same 10 allergens into the toothpaste base at a compound pharmacy, they all stay separate. So now they feel that this is going to be so much faster. It absorbs into the mucosa inside your mouth. When a heart attack person, they get the nitroglycerin, it goes in under your tongue. It goes inside your mouth because it's absorbed into the skin, the biggest organ in the body.
Wow.
So with the 2 pumps, it stays in your system for 20 hours. That's why you only need to do it once a day. But
and then you're not getting anything, like if I'm only allergic to seafood and dairy, I don't have to take something that's going to be like hay fever, like grass, or because I'm just getting for my allergies.
If it's only the foods, we wouldn't be prescribing the toothpaste for you.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, there is
the
no
foods,
treatment
you just
for the
have
foods.
to avoid them.
It's knowledge, and it's that's important knowledge, especially seafood. So this is specifically for the environmentals, the trees, the grasses, the weeds, and the animals.
Boy, I wish you had this when I was 7 years old, because
I'm sure everybody
I had a horrible
that.
problem. I don't seem to be allergic to the grass and the pollen anymore, but boy, I really did back then. It was horrible.
Well, a parent might think also there's 3 kids and only one has allergies, and they have the specialized toothpaste. And brother and sister think, well, why do they get the special toothpaste? Because it's a special berry flavor. Because this does come in berry or mint.
Oh,
you get to pick.
Nice.
Fluoride or non-fluoride. You get to pick. So it's Billy's prescription, and little Susie thinks, well, I'm gonna try this. Nothing will happen. It won't hurt
Really?
at all.
Won't hurt 'em?
Yeah.
This is amazing to me.
It's revolutionary.
What a help for the world.
Excuse me.
Now we have, before I forget to ask, we have a place right here in Nevada where you can come be tested right here in Las Vegas. Can you tell everybody the address, phone number, contact information? We're also going to put all this information up at the end of the screen. And excuse me, we're not done talking. We've got more to say. But yeah, but tell them before we forget all your contact information.
So we are allergy care centers, and we're located right here in the heart of the medical district near UMC. We are at 400 Shadow Lane, Suite 202. And our phone number is area code 702-331-5230. And our website is allergycarecenters.org. So it's plural, allergycarecenters.org. Because it is our goal to expand into the whole Las Vegas Valley, eventually having a center in Henderson and in Summerlin. That would be what we would, that's our foreseeable
And eventually
future.
branch out to other states.
Exactly.
Multiple cities in other states.
Right.
You know, this is just amazing. I mean, I'm so glad that you're on my show and we're talking about this because everybody needs to know this. Now, let's see, what else was going to ask you? As far as the food allergies, you said will the test tell you which foods?
Absolutely.
So
the 180, it will tell you all 180. It is a 6 or 7 page
That's amazing.
report.
So even if it's food and the toothpaste doesn't help the food, you will have the knowledge, don't eat strawberries, don't eat seafood.
Exactly.
You know, don't eat, like, I can't eat cantaloupe. I get allergic to I can eat watermelon, I can eat honeydew,
Right.
and I just know that by trial and error. But
And
you're
I
going
like
to
to-
tell me,
right.
I'm going to go in, put the drops of blood, and you're going to say, Beth, nope, don't eat cantaloupe, but you know what? Don't eat this, 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 and this also.
Yeah.
That's so
and
cool.
think for a parent as well. Let's say they aren't a seafood eating family. You know, they just don't, mom and dad don't like it, so they don't serve it. But as a child gets older, they go to a friend's house.
Yes.
They go out to eat when they're dating.
Yes.
And they didn't know they had that seafood allergy. That can be very dangerous, but now they know.
That is something I did not think of. That's amazing.
Yes.
Wow. What a good company. How did you get involved with this company?
Well, I was involved with the company because our parent company actually has a lot of products and services for hospitals, medical offices, and labs, excuse me. And this test actually came out April of last year.
Really? So this is very new.
Excuse me. Yes. So the idea was to bring it to the doctor's offices. And doctor's offices are extremely busy.
Yes.
They don't treat allergies. They're not allergists. They're pediatricians.
That's true. They
They're
just
family
refer you to
practice.
an
They're
allergist.
internists. They're dermatologists. But they all see patients with allergies. Excuse me. So now the idea was for them to do it in their office. They don't want to.
Really?
Yeah, they're too busy. They just don't have the
that's
time. They
true.
barely have the time, you know, to come in there and see what's wrong with you
That's
when you've
true.
got something wrong, or to see how well you're doing when it's a wellness check.
Yeah.
But so we came up with the idea, why don't we have them send the patients to us?
That's
And
excellent.
now it's nice and simple in
just like sending you for a blood test, sending you for an X-ray.
that's it.
Send them to the Allergy Care
Yes.
Center.
very simple. They're probably there for 15 minutes, and they'll come back. They're probably there for another 15 minutes. They will get, when the prescription goes to the compound pharmacy, it gets sent directly to their home. They don't even have to come back and pick it up.
And I love knowing that it goes to a compound pharmacy and it is specifically compounded for each patient.
Each patient,
That-
right.
That's worth so much. It's beautiful.
So also with that test, okay, we test yearly. So a year later, we make, as soon as they've had their appointment, we're going to make the appointment for a year later, and we'll make sure that they can come on that that time or adjust it. So now when we retest, let's say they were an 8 for maple.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're hoping to see that maybe they're all the way down to a 6. But as long as they're less than an 8, we know they're on their way down.
Oh,
so it's a
that's good.
3 to 5 year protocol average. we have to say average. Every person's going to be different, because if they started out at a 3, maybe, you know, in 2 years they're done with it. Maybe 3 years they're done with it.
Now, does that mean that eventually this compounding toothpaste can eliminate the allergy from your system?
And when it comes down to a 0, you're no longer allergic to that.
Even if you stop the toothpaste, it's kind of taking
So,
it out
yeah,
of your
let's
system.
say you've got 5.
That's
five,
amazing.
5 allergies. They're going to put the 5 allergens into the toothpaste.
Okay.
But they're all different levels. Your report says what levels are, and they could range from, say, 3 to 8. Okay. And so when the 3 drops off down to 0, then that year when they get tested and it's off, they're only going to have 4 allergens in the toothpaste.
Oh, I see.
And then as they drop off
I see.
until they are completely gone.
And then the next year, would they test them again just to make sure it wasn't, the
That's
level
up to-
wasn't coming back
That's
up?
up to
or-
them. So let's say those 2, you know, one of them dropped off, and now there's 3. Another one dropped off, there's 3. Now another one dropped off, there's only 2. So you're going to see that those other ones are staying 0.
So you can really eliminate the allergy. That's amazing. That's
Because
absolutely amazing.
they are finishing the protocol. And that's the problem with the sublingual drops and the shots. They don't finish the protocol.
Now, are you the only company that does this?
That has this treatment and that has a brick and mortar. We are the first brick and mortar
Wow.
allergy test and
Wow.
treatment clinic in the entire country. We're starting right here in Las Vegas.
This is exciting. Oh my God. If you had to say one thing, one sentence to the people out there, what would you want them to know the most about allergies in this company?
How simple it is. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Prick your finger, brush your teeth, brush your allergies away.
Wow.
Simple as that.
That is so amazing. I just can't tell you how excited I am about this company.
Well, I'd like to add also, so a lot of children who play sports, they get what's called sports-induced asthma.
Really?
And really, I think it's 90% of asthma is triggered by allergies.
Really? I did not know
So
this.
this is something that what I hear all the time. Well, I just have seasonal allergies. Well, you have seasonal allergies, but you have allergies. It's just when it's prevalent in the air that you're feeling
now that
it.
makes sense. You
and
have the
exhibiting
allergy all
symptoms
year
to it.
long, but
You
it's
still have
if
those
it's not,
allergies.
if that certain plant isn't blooming.
But you brush your teeth every day, so that's why you're going to finish that protocol.
Oh my God, this is awesome. This is a great, great company. I hope everybody out there checks it out. When we're done, don't forget, all her information will be up on the screen so that you can pause your computer or VCR, whatever you look, VCR, we don't do that anymore, do we? I'm showing my age.
Showing your age.
But we'll make sure we have all that information up. You've got to contact Cindy and her team. This is just breakthrough technology for allergies. It really is. And I know so many people in my family have allergies. My nephew has to be gluten-free. His little girl has to be dairy-free. I mean, it's just crazy. Where all these allergies come from, I don't know, but I think a lot of things that have been treated differently were simply allergies years ago.
Well, another thing I also like to add about our company, we are a brand new company here in Las Vegas, and we don't want to be just the company that's going to come and do business and it's all about us. We believe it should be beneficial to all concerned. So how are we going to do that? Well, we are reaching out to nonprofits. So anybody listening to this, if you know of a nonprofit, we can help them.
That's wonderful.
Because we believe in a full circle. So a nonprofit has to raise funds. That's what they do. We need to get our name out there. There's tens of thousands of allergy sufferers right here in the Vegas Valley.
Yes, there
So
are.
how do we all work together? A fundraiser, we have a specific fundraiser for nonprofits.
Wow.
Where they let their database know about us. And not everybody in their database has allergies, but they probably know someone who has allergies. They can share that information with their friends, families, coworkers. And then anybody who makes an appointment through that fundraising campaign for that nonprofit, we have a special code for them.
Wow.
And then we give back to the nonprofit.
That is awesome. Isn't that awesome?
So yes,
This
so we want
is
to
This
we
is
want to be part
just
of the community. And
good,
help the
good,
community.
good, all the way around.
Yes.
I love this. I love your company. You're doing a wonderful job with them. This is just so exciting. I'm so glad you were on my show.
Thank you
This
for
is
having me. I
awesome.
really appreciate it.
Is there
And
anything else you want anybody to know before we wrap it up?
I think that's it. You know, what a concept, brush your allergies away.
Oh,
So simple.
I like that.
Even a child can do
That's
it.
a good commercial. Brush your allergies away. Well, thank you a million times, Cindy Belmonte, for being on my show and
Thank you so much.
informing all my listeners about allergy care centers here in Las Vegas. And I hope you tune in again next time because we'll have another awesome guest. And remember, the best of Nevada business, Nevada, the silver state with golden opportunities. See you next time.